Yeah, everybody, Rock DIY here. I just purchased this Husqvarna backpack leaf blower, and the reason why I bought this is because I am now on, this will be my fourth leaf blower. I've got two that are electrical and now my second gas powered one, but this will be my first backpack type. The reason why I bought this one is because you can't see it all, but got 2 acres of leaves that typically have to be blown away, and I'm tired of spending 6 to 8 hours every time I gotta blow these leaves away. And the other thing is I get a lot of leaves that go through this channel over here and blow from the neighbors' yards into my property. So it's become a little tedious, very time consuming. So I'm hoping that this one, which is 765 CFM, 270 miles per hour, and it is a 2-cycle 51cc engine. Husqvarna claims it's the best-selling backpack blower, and it weighs 22 pounds. I'm hoping that it will help me greatly, because the other way that I pick up leaves is with the lawnmower, and it's actually a Husqvarna lawnmower that's over there with a 3-bagger on it. But it doesn't always work that great, gets clogged up very fast, and I just need to get this done quicker because it's just so time consuming. I'm going to open this up. Well, something else is this isn't the most expensive one, but it also is not the cheapest out there. We'll see how this works out. This model is a 150 BT backpack blower. Just opened it. Let's see what we got. We got 3 tube attachments. So there's those pieces. Got the instructions. Alright, so those are the loose parts, and then I guess for the rest of it, got one big piece. Well, so there's the backpack. I mean, I guess it's somewhat padded. I guess it'll be okay. I did read quite a few reviews on this specific one, and then some other sizes of the Husqvarna leaf blower. And one of the things that I saw is that I don't know if it's specific to Husqvarna backpack leaf blowers, but some comments that I saw is that this one and the others like it, even different brands, burn through fuel like crazy. And something I've learned, having used a lot of engines on different devices, that if you don't have your fuel oil mixture right, a lot of times you'll burn through your fuel a lot faster if it's not mixed correctly. So if you want to make sure that you're getting good mileage out of your gas, make sure you mix it exactly the way they tell you to. All right, first glance, you got your throttle control here, you got your on-off switch, and then you also have where you can lock down the speed. So if you push it all the way down, it pulls the trigger and holds it in place. If you want to kill it, just push the button, shuts it off. This will go onto the tube as soon as I put it on. You got your pull to start rope here, handle, spark plug, you got your choke here, you got your primer bulb right there, and then you also have your air filter in here. There's your air filter. It's pretty thin air filter. There are 3 additional pieces. There's a little nozzle in the box. There's a wrench with a cross tip, screwdriver or Phillips spark plug wrench, and then you also get one thing of oil to go with it. As far as putting it all together, this piece, the flexible part, is going to go on here. Get the clamp extended all the way out. Put this on here. You do want to make sure it's seated all the way. That part is on, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your trigger portion on. This actually comes in two pieces. This will come in two pieces. You can see where it kind of little nipple there. Slide it on, and then you're going to have to rotate it to where this goes through, and then you can adjust it and lock it down however you see fit. So that's going to go on like that. Tighten this down. Alright, and then there's this little spring clip here. You can see it. That spring clip just goes along here, and it basically just keeps that wherever you decide to clip it on, it keeps it out of the way. Next step is this piece right here, which is actually two pieces. This will go on here, and once you get it on, just turn it and lock it in place. You do want to make sure you lock it in place because it will fly off. You don't necessarily have to lock this down, but once you know where you want it, then you can lock it down where you want it. At this point, it's just going to be a matter of making sure everything stays together, get it fitted to you. This may need to be adjusted in and out based on your preference, and then of course the backpack portion you'll have to adjust as well. Last but not least, put your 2-cycle fuel mix into the leaf blower and you're ready to go. All right, just put my fuel mix in it. So to get this running, pull up on the choke. I'm gonna prime by pushing the bulb 10 times. Once that's done, then what you're gonna do is push your trigger down so it's pulling the trigger in. Once that's done, then you're gonna pull 5 times, and then after pulling it 5 times, drop the choke down and then pull to start, and it should start right up. I'm at the point where you have to pull the start cord 6 times, no more than 6 times. So it's a little rough to pull. Okay, I think it's warm enough outside. It actually probably will start up right now. Yeah, so it was ready to go. I gave one initial pull, pushed the choke in, pulled the start cord, started right up. So it's now ready to go. Now I want to see what it can actually do. Even though it's kind of windy, it keeps picking up and slowing down, but let's see what happens. My original impression of this backpack leaf blower was that if I bought it, it would be similar to the ones that I see the landscapers using on the sides of the road. When I first started using it, I didn't think it was doing that great, but I have noticed that when you're trying to get up the little stuff, it doesn't seem like the leaf blower is doing too much. But once you start getting some buildup of more leaves, I guess because it's built up, the air has more to push, so it actually appears to be doing a lot more when you have more leaves. If you don't have that much, it just doesn't feel or look like it's doing much. As far as swiveling back and forth, it's one thing. You know, you can pull the trigger in and out or lock it down, but the one thing I don't like is going across in front of you when it's not on the backpack and it's just a regular leaf blower. You have the freedom of movement, but with this, it does have a flexible pipe right there, but it doesn't give you a lot of free movement. I don't know if that's going to get better as it gets worn in, but I've noticed that like going over this way, I have to turn my body if I want to get more over that way. Over to my right side, it's not too bad because it actually goes quite a bit out. Noise isn't too bad. I unfortunately forgot to put mine on. It's not as bad because the motor's on behind me, but I should be wearing some hearing protection, and normally I do. Not sure about fuel yet. I know I did put a good mixture in it. I'll get a good idea of how long it takes me to go through a certain amount of fuel. I honestly have to say that I did expect to get a lot more from this as far as pushing the leaves, because like I said, I'm trying to save time by not having to spend so much time doing it. Based on just doing what I've done, honestly, I gotta say I think I took about the same amount of time. It almost seems like they're both of my gas powered leaf blowers are pretty close to similar, even though they have different CFM and miles per hour. I mean, it works, but I don't think that it's quite worth as much as I paid for it. This one was $349. I think the other one that I have was like $149 or $169 when I bought it. That's it for my review. It is understandable that because I'm using a bigger leaf blower that it would use more fuel. This one is using 2.5 times more than the single tank on my other leaf blower that I use to do the same amount of area. So this one is definitely using up some fuel, and I know my fuel mixture is good, as I stated before. Some other things that I didn't quite mention. Even like today, I think it's like 55, 56 degrees. So not too hot, but you can definitely feel the heat coming from the motor through the backpack, and definitely you can feel it in this bottom pad right here. But don't be surprised if during hot weather your back is going to get pretty sweaty. I already mentioned it previously, but I definitely don't like the shoulder straps on the backpack. It really feels like it's torquing my shoulders back, and I've made adjustments on it, but it doesn't seem to be doing much to make it any better. I'm sure if I cinched everything down, it would probably fit better, but I'm not going to do that. The decibels that this leaf blower makes is 78 decibels. And once again, I do recommend that you do wear some ear protection when you are using it. The leaf blower does come with this nozzle attachment. This is if you want to be more pinpointed on what you're trying to blow away, but in my experience, I think you lose some of the power from the leaf blower when you put this on, because you're narrowing down your airstream. Personally, I tend to get more movement with it like this versus putting this on it. But if you're trying to do some pinpoint accuracy as far as leaf blowing, then you put this on. This right here is my other gas powered leaf blower, and this is a Craftsman 2-cycle 27cc 450 CFM leaf blower. It's of course this is the biggest leaf blower I have, except for the new backpack leaf blower that I just bought, so I can only compare the new one to this one. And I do have two other electric ones that I don't really use anymore, but this is what I've been using to leaf blow about 2 acres for the last 4 or 5 years. 1 tank of gas on this leaf blower will last me anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, and that's dependent on the temperature outside and how well my fuel oil mix is.